People with disabilities have value. They're so unique.
He's a human, just like us.
Like, they're some of the most joyful people that I've seen.
We're all very similar. You know, they're still people with disabilities. You know, communication is, I think it's a skill that we take for granted. And it's a skill that doesn't come naturally for a lot of the kids that I work with. They want to speak and they want to communicate, but sometimes people just run over them and they don't let them talk. Just want to share, be very patient.
They're trying to communicate with you. They're not trying to be difficult. They're trying so hard to tell you something, but they just don't have the words to say, or they haven't been taught the words to say.
He has cerebral palsy, and he is visually impaired, and he has hemiplegia on the right-hand side. He has 9 world records with the World Association of Bench Press and Deadlifters. His last deadlift record is like 308-pound deadlift, and his bench press was 150-something pounds. I want him to be a dad and have a family that he's taking care of. One of his biggest challenges will be getting employment because of his vision. We all have to sell ourselves when we're on a job interview because we want to convince the employer that we are the ones that they want to hire. But Clarence, when he does that, he needs to explain to them that this is what I can bring to this company. Employers need to be really willing to take that risk.
I think if the employers who are hiring people with disabilities could just be educated on what those challenges are for people who have disabilities in like getting jobs and sustaining their job. Just knowing that they have these disabilities, I think it would be helpful if employers could make like accommodations. It's a lot of little things that I think people don't necessarily think about.
I mean, I never realized how visual our world is and our life is until, having Clarence.
I can see how like they would be discriminated or looked at or even treated differently because they might be seen as not capable or not intelligent enough. There are things that, they are not able to do as proficiently as maybe someone without disabilities, but there are also a lot of things that they can do.
I notice that people will still talk to me and ask me his questions. And it's like, I know he can't see you or whatever, but he's doing his best to look in your general direction. He cannot see you, but he's trying to look in your direction and be respectful that way. And he should be treated in kind.
I think if you address them directly as opposed to their caregivers or like a parent, even if they are functionally nonverbal, I think addressing their existence matters a lot. If anything, it could give opportunity for a lot of joy in that interaction. And I think even the caregiver or the person themselves might really appreciate that, even if they don't necessarily acknowledge it then and there.
It's up to us to rethink how we think to help them, because we'll never get disabled children back. We'll never get them to come into our world. We have to go into their world.
It can be a great joy to befriend someone who does have some sort of disability. I think there's a lot to learn from any persons. I would say, first, just don't be afraid. They want to talk to you and they want to engage in normal life. And a lot of them can't because I think, people don't know how to engage with them. So I think they'd all be really happy if you just went up to them and started a conversation with them.